4 or 5 rounds, even though it was a bit of a chess match, nothing much happening. So it was whatever you liked. 2 of the judges liked him, obviously, and one of them liked me.
What was your comparison early on with Ferrer and Morales? And their fights obviously got better as they fought each other more. Do you think this rivalry lends itself to that? 2, 3, even 4 fights?
I mean, obviously they was great fighters. There was a great trilogy of those. But I do think that if there was another one, I think it would take off from where we just left. You know,
Definitely.
being in the last 5 rounds when I started really going at it and putting it on him, though I felt really in control in that, and you could hear the crowd, and it sounded like they was enjoying it.
Joe, what was your take on the first 6, 7 rounds?
I had a level after 4. After 4 rounds, it was 2 apiece. And I thought, well, right, okay, we were beginning to get, came back to the corner, said his jaw had gone. Flipping hell, so I said, don't try and do anything silly, don't retaliate. Obviously, I think we lost them mid-rounds, 5, 6, 7. And then someone told us in the corner, like, Sky, you're 6-1 down. Like, fucking what? So that's how subjective boxing is. Them early rounds are nip and tuck, depends what you look at. If you're in America and it was Mayweather, he wasn't getting hit, you give the rounds to Mayweather. Quigg didn't get hit in them early rounds, just touching gloves, but didn't land anything. And then, like I say, 7, and then, like I say, Scott came strong, then 8, 9, 10, 11. I thought if we get this 12th round down, we're like, I mean, we've got this, but fair play to Carl, he came out from, like I say, a bad 11th round and took the 12th, and I thought, well, it's a round either way here or the draw, so, like I say, no complaints. It was a good fight, and like I say, it's all to a subjective scoring at them early rounds, but like I say, it was a good fight. Like I say, I could hear the crowd getting a little bit restless, and that's what we wanted. We wanted pressure to come on Carl to make the fight, and I think when we heard that we were so far behind, then the onus was on us to go and make the fight then and take it to Carl, and that's what he did do. He set about him, and I know it was a lot more entertaining, but it left us a little bit more at risk. But fair play to Scott, he landed some good shots, and he had Carl, I think, nearly out on his feet in the 11th. So, like I say, we're more than happy, ready to do it again.
In a rematch, would you start a little bit more, with a bit more adventure, a bit more aggression?
All these guys' tactics.
I thought early on, it's when you get,
Yeah.
when you watch Mayweather, Pacquiao, when you watch Canelo, Cottle, the lead top fighters, people mention Ferrer and Morales, and you never see the first 3 or 4 fights, bar Hagler, Hearns, where they go at it, they're so slow, and it builds up like a freight train, and then they go out at the end, and the respect there was shown in the first 4 rounds. It was like chess, and the people that said Scott didn't have a boxing brain then the build up to this, I think he showed that in the first 4 or 5 rounds, his movement, making Carl miss, making him overreach, and I thought he did really well. But like I say, the shot on the jaw just was like a bit of a curveball, and having to regroup from that and not take chances of getting hit on that again. But like I say, he came strong, made a fight of it, landed some punishing body shots, and fair play to Carl, he stuck up to them and came back with some of himself, and like I say, I think the fight will be remembered for the last 4 rounds instead of the first 4 rounds.
Were you in pain? Were you in pain?
No, I'm not gonna lie. When I got hit off, I thought just that didn't feel right, and then I couldn't close my mouth properly because it felt like my tooth was out. But no, when I got hit on it again, it was just numb. So no, it weren't painful. It was just you could just felt like I had an injection at the dentist.
Is the rematch the only fight you want? So you want another fight before?
Yeah, obviously it'd be the fight I want. You know, this guy just beat me, and I want to, you know, I 100% believe I can beat him. You know, being in there and being very comfortable, and then going over and putting it on him like I did in the last bit. Like I say, it's all whatever the judges seen. You know, but in them first early rounds, I wasn't getting it at all. You know, he might look to be a bit busy, I was making him miss, but again, I'm not going to be one of them that sit here and he's got the decision, he's a world champion, you know, he's a great fighter, and I'm not going to discredit him getting the win. The judges have seen it his way, so fair play to him.
Did you just have a chat after Scott, or any more just saying?
Say again?
Did you just have a chat after? Or
Just was in the ring, and there's always been respect there between me and him. It's part of boxing. You know, anybody who laces up a pair of boxing gloves and getting to sit in that ring, whether it's charity level, amateur level, or professional level, it takes a lot of balls and guts to do that. And someone who you're sharing the ring, a world champion, selling out an arena together. We've just both boxed on Sky Sports pay-per-view. You know, you've got to respect that, and we're only performing on that platform today because of we're both where we are. You know, me fighting someone else and him fighting someone else isn't going to make it. We're not going to get a pay-per-view fight with that. It was because of both of us, you know, and so I respect him and he respects me.
Would you offer him Belfast for the rematch then? Would you go there?
But we've had it down.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, we've had it down.
that's what we agreed that's where it would be, and we jump it out both hands. I think it would be very loud. Thought the atmosphere tonight was incredible. Both sets of fans, and generally. No, I think that Belfast is where the fight would be if there was number 2. But again, well done to the fans. What I can see in the initial assessment is everyone was reasonably well behaved, which was nice.
Do you like the idea of a constructed arena at the Titanic?
Not really. No, I think you get outdoors, Windsor Park or something like that.
Just
Best case scenario with Scott's injury is that.
Well, again, till he's assessed, he'll have an X-ray straight after. Yeah.
Scott, you said pretty much you'd be heartbroken to lose a fight and you hate losing. Are you carrying that sort of sadness with you, or do you look a little bit perkier than I expected, since you were so determined that defeat would be terrible?
So it's an act.
Okay.
Killing inside. You know, it's not going to come in and mope about in front of you all. You know, I'm absolutely devastated. You know, I'm a born winner. You know, if anyone shows, if I ever see a good loser, I'll say he was a born loser. You know, it's killing me. But I'll come back and, I'll be better for it.
Eddie, how difficult is it going to be to go through these negotiations again? You've seen how long it's taken for this fight to happen.
No, it's not. It's just purely if the TV want it. If the TV want it, it'll happen again. So, that's the process. The first thing to do is assess the injury. The first thing that I said, part of my job is speak to the IBF and say, if he does not fight Shingo Wake, we want to fight Shingo Wake for the IBF title. And I think that's what would happen. I think he'd be re-ranked at number 3 anyway. There's no number 2. Number 1 is Shingo Wake. That's an option. We've got Guillermo Rigondeaux. Carl Frampton's not going to fight Guillermo Rigondeaux for the WBA title. We've probably got a shot at Guillermo Rigondeaux for the WBA title if we want that as well. Benito Donaire, we've been in talks with Top Rank for a long time for Benito Donaire. There's a fight he can go straight back into. I think he has 4 options, and I think they all involve world title fights. So, and he is gutted. I mean, you've missed the tears, and he's not too proud to say it. And a special thank you to Wayne Rooney as well, who just spent a lot of time with him, telling him to keep his chin up. He should be proud. Not very often you get a chance to be a part of something like that in your career. And like I said, a little bit faster start, and I think he would have won the fight comfortably.
What did Wayne say, Scott, to you?
Just keep my chin up. I said I'll have to keep you straight in a minute first. But no, he was just saying, he's lost Champions League Cup finals and it hurts. But you got to, keep your chin up and just come again and learn from it and come back stronger. And words from someone of his stature. I'm very grateful for him to come and give me them words.
Thank you.
Scott, was Frampton better than you thought he was, or was there anything that surprised you about him?
No, nothing surprised me. I always respected him as a fighter. I thought he was a quality fighter, but to be honest with you, I felt more comfortable in there than I was expecting. I was expecting to be under the cosh quite a bit in the first half of the fight. I thought we were going to start fast, but I've seen everything they were doing. I was onto every trick he was on to doing, except from obviously the uppercut. But the only thing that I probably didn't do myself was get my shots off quick enough. After in the early rounds, I was blocking all the shots. He wasn't landing at all. Maybe I should have counted a bit more.
I think Carl boxed very cautiously throughout the fight, and it was only ever Scott that was wanting to engage. Every time Scott wanted to engage, Carl would hold him up, and try and nullify the action. So he never wanted to engage with Scott Quigg, and I think that was his game plan, and it worked. You know, it was the fact that he didn't want to engage in the early part of the fight that won him those early rounds, and it was the fact that he would tie him up and didn't want to engage, and only really in probably the 11th and 12th, he started to engage, and massive respect for him for winning the 12th round, because I had it very close after the 11th round. But he was hurt badly in the 11th round, and I was screaming at Scott to jump on him because he was out on his feet. And when he went back to his stall, he looked in a terrible state, and he come back and he won the last round. So, but I think, looking at tactics, I think his plan was to box very cautiously, and I think it paid off.
Scott, did you think you were close to stopping him at any stage in that 11th round? Were you hoping to go
Yeah,
in and
I
stop him
mean,
at all?
I hit him with a right hand in that 11th round, and I knew it really pinged him, and like, I thought the 12th round, I come out, I thought, right, I've got him, because as I said, I seen him go back to his corner the way he did as well. I thought, his tank's empty. But the way I come out for the 12th, if you see, I come out and I swung an haymaker and I spun myself around. But, so, in a way I did him a favour, because I come out too aggressive and, like, trying a bit too hard. So obviously it's like trying to drive a car with an handbrake on. You know, it works against you if you don't relax. And I come out trying to put it on him with power shots and with every shot instead of just letting it go. And he slowed me down, and it helped him, and he had a good 12th round. I still wanted some shots in it and caught him with some shots near the end of it, but he'd already, you know, probably danced away, and I'd already spun myself around. So it already looked like I lost control of that round.
Scott, you seem to be throwing very hard body shots, and you did seem to be hurting him, but Carl was also throwing back at you. Was he hurting you at any stage in those later
the
rounds?
body is steel. You know, to be fair, he landed a couple of body shots, but honest truth, he was just bouncing off me. And it's just, I can take them all day to the body, but to be fair, he was getting off some good body shots, but I did feel like I was creasing him to the body.
Scott, how long do you think you're going to be out of action with this?
Has anyone got a crystal ball? I haven't got a clue. It's getting more and more painful as the adrenaline's wearing off.
Right, guys?
Just regardless of the jaw, are you going to take some time out of that? You're always in the gym. You're going to actually take a breather?
To be honest with you, if it weren't for the jaw, I'll be back in the gym Monday. Again, like I say, I'm putting on the brave face here. It's absolutely killing me inside, but I'll be back, and as soon as I can get back in the gym, I'll be putting the work in, and I'll make sure it never happens again.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.